travelers, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a super fun video, at least in my opinion, because we are going to be talking about honeymoons. So if you're not aware and you've been living under a rock or something, I'm engaged and I'm getting married in June, which is so exciting. This time is gonna fly by. So obviously I'm in the midst of planning everything out, including my wedding, my bachelorette weekend, my honeymoon, and everything else that comes in between. So obviously one of the most important parts of my wedding is going to be my honeymoon because I am a traveler. That's what's important to me. And I can't wait to spend time with my new husband in an amazing place. So the honeymoon is very, very special to me. So I figured that I could come on here and talk about my honeymoon and kind of give you all tips on how I'm planning it, so to help you all to plan yours. I'm gonna tell you what my process is, and I hope that this will help you in any way possible. But today we're going to talk about what I like to call phase one. Phase one is the beginning stages of honeymoon planning, and this is like one of the most important parts of the honeymoon. So this is all really good stuff. So let's go ahead and get on into what phase one is. So the first question you have to ask yourself in phase one is, where are we going? There are so many different kinds of honeymoons that can be had. So you need to sit down with your soon-to-be spouse and say, hey, where are we going? Where are you wanting to go? Where am I wanting to go? What is our dream destination? What kind of honeymoon do we want to have? All of those really important questions to get you to pick a place. You need to ask yourself, do I want to have a beachy vacation? Do I want to have an adventurous vacation? Do I just want to sit out all day and drink pina coladas? Or do I want to go and explore a new town and see a culture? Do I want to go out of the country? Do I want to stay in the country? All of those questions will help you to determine and pick a place. So that goes into my step 2 of phase 1, which is picking a place and then researching. So after you've picked your place and you know it's the perfect place for you and your soon-to-be spouse, it's time to start researching what you want to do there, what it's like there, and where all you want to go there. Are you picking another country? And are you wanting to maybe travel around different cities in those countries? Are you wanting to go in the summertime? Are you wanting to go in the winter time? You know, all those are really important questions to answer while you're researching, so you can better understand what kind of honeymoon you're gonna have, when you're gonna have it, and what's the best time to have it. You know, all those important questions. So after you pick a place and you start researching and you come up with some good idea of what you're wanting to do on your honeymoon and what time of year you're wanting to do this at and all those things, my next step is to budget. This is one of the most important things about a honeymoon because you can't do anything if you don't have money, clearly. Honeymoons can be a little bit more expensive than just regular travels because when you're on your honeymoon, you're with your significant other that you've just vowed to spend the rest of your life with. And it's super important. It's just gonna be you two. It's really special. And you obviously want to spend a little bit more money to have those special experiences that you probably wouldn't have if you were just going on a regular yearly vacation or travel or escapade. So you might be spending a little bit more money on that special hotel or a special dinner or, you know, those kind of things. And you can't do any of that if you don't have the money to do it. So you need to sit down with your partner and say, hey, what is our budget? What are you wanting to spend? What am I wanting to spend? How are we gonna be able to save this much until our wedding? That way you'll have a better budget and see how much you can spend on your honeymoon to make it the perfect time for you. So step 4 of phase 1 is the most fun step in my opinion, and that is starting to purchase stuff. So what I mean by this is you're not going to purchase every little small thing. The first steps that you want to do when you're purchasing your honeymoon is start purchasing the large things, as in flights and hotels. I think those are the 2 biggest things that you need to purchase, and you don't want to do this last minute because this is your honeymoon. You want to make sure that you get everything you want, the best flights, the best hotels, and if you wait till last minute, you might not get that great flight. You might get a flight that has like a 7-hour layover or, you know, whatever. Or the hotel that you were just dreaming of having is all booked and you have to go to a hotel down the street that's not as great. You know, all those little things. So I think the two most important things that you need to buy in advance are your flights and your hotels. If you have over a year, I would wait until, you know, maybe like 6 to 9 months out before you start booking your flights and your hotels. And then once you get into like phase 2 and phase 3, you'll start purchasing other things. But definitely make sure you purchase your flight and your hotels in advance. That way you can kind of confirm that you're going on this trip and that you have the hotels that you want, you have a flight there, and you don't have to worry about as many big purchases down the road. And then after you do those 2 big purchases, the 5th step and the last step to phase 1 is to definitely continue researching, because you want to make sure that you're going to have the best trip ever, because this is your honeymoon, and hopefully, cross your fingers, you only get one of these, so you want to do it right. So you need to research and see, okay, what do I want to do? I'm going to this beautiful place. Am I wanting to go to snorkel, or am I wanting to go shopping, or do I need to book in advance for these certain things, or do I need to do this? Or you don't need to book all the little things quite yet. 6 months to 9 months is a little far in advance to book all your tours. Unless you have a tour that you just like absolutely need to get because you know it's going to be booked like very, very soon, then get that. So those are kind of my first 5 stages to the phase 1 of honeymoon planning. I think if you get these things done, like I said, within 6 to 9 months before your honeymoon, you're on a really good track to planning your honeymoon. I know honeymoon planning is so exciting, but also really scary, especially if this is the first time that you've traveled as a couple. Sometimes it's stressful and you want to have the most perfect trip. So I really hope that this video has helped break things down for you, and I hope that you've learned something. If you guys have any other tips for like phase 1 of your honeymoon planning, definitely comment down below. Let me know your guys' tips and we can start chatting about it. And if you are getting married and you are going on your honeymoon, let me know where you're going and what kind of stuff we're going to be doing. I guess I haven't mentioned it yet, but we are going to Italy for our honeymoon. We're doing 2 weeks in Italy, and once I go on the trip, I'll have a video of like my whole itinerary in case you're wanting to do an Italian honeymoon, so you can have an example trip and stuff, but that'll come in time, of course. So I hope this video was helpful. Get excited for phase 2 sometime soon, and happy honeymoon hunting if you're planning your honeymoon, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye and happy travels.